which will be football. Orlovsky, let's do some QB quick reads.
Maybe.
Start us off with the defending AFC champs.
Yeah, I think the New England Patriot offense is going to be almost impossible to play man-to-man against, okay? If you're a defense and you want to play man-to-man against them, number one, can you cover A.J. Brown? Do you have a guy who can cover A.J. Brown? Then think about the butterfly effect of that. Then you have to cover Matt Collins, Kayshon Boutte, Pop Douglas, Hunter Henry, Raridan, who's their tight end that they drafted, and Kyle Williams. You just don't have enough humans. This was an offense that was really good against man coverage as a quarterback last year, Drake May. Part of that is his legs. I think it's going to be almost impossible to play man against this offense.
Did you even mention Romeo Doubs?
Romeo Doubs?
I mean, this is another. Seriously, though, this was what they wanted to address. They felt like, especially in the red zone, they didn't have guys that could win, and obviously A.J. Brown changes that for them.
Well, it has to do with the offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels. He's been there such a long time, and what I love about Josh McDaniels, he knows the roles. He will pick a guy based on his role, how he can attack. I've mentioned it, you'll hear me say this on the show a lot. 4 levels. People are like, oh, it's only 3. No, 4. The 4th level is the one that gets you fired when you're opposing defensive coordinator, which is touchdowns, chunk plays. That 4th level, every team wants a 4th level wide receiver that can open everything up. And the last point, Stephon Diggs was used 70% of the time out wide, beginning of the season. He figured out, that's my Brown brother. That is Julian Edelman. He's going to get somebody who can maneuver behind the line of scrimmage, 0 to 9 yards, and go ahead and do his thing.
We can laugh. It's okay. I think the way I look at it is
that's exactly what Josh said.
Josh McDaniels back in the day with Gronk used to put Gronk by himself, and it was a very simple concept. It's yes or no. Yes, do you throw it to Gronk, or no, they're doubling him. It's going to be very similar with A.J. Brown. They're not the same type of player. No, they would be utilized in the same type of way. It would be Drake May going, do I like it? Yes or no? And if I don't, there's so many other people they now can attack with the pass game in their offense. It's going to be a very difficult matchup.
So Drake May finished second in the MVP voting last year. Take me through the MVP conversation this year. Who do you have your eye on?
Justin Herbert has to be in the MVP conversation as we get into December. This is a young man that has had some historical seasons in the NFL. And this is an offense that will have an offensive line, if healthy, that will be one of the better in the league. They've got players on the perimeter that I think are just really good players and just scratching the surface. Quentin Johnston, can you do it again? Ladd McConkey, Trey Harris, who's the young man, Brennan
Thompson.
That they love.
From Mississippi State. He got speed. And you know, Mike McDaniels loves his speed.
That they love. Mike McDaniel is one of the great offensive minds in the NFL, specifically when starting games. That first 15 type of clip. I would not be shocked if Herbert just lights teams up early in games with that combination, and all of a sudden he's got this run into November and December where he's playing as good as anybody at the position.
This is one of the places I went on my training camp tour was the Chargers. Talked to Mike McDaniel, and he said, a lot of the stuff we run, the people from the Kyle Shanahan kind of tree, is designed to sort of minimize the importance of the quarterback in the offense, right? Build it out from the run game.
It's a real thing.
Yes. He said, but this guy, McDaniel said to me, he felt like his career has kind of been pointing to a chance to coach a player like this, and the idea that it could elevate beyond anything we've already seen from McDaniel.
Mike McDaniels is from that Kyle Shanahan tree in run game coordinator.
Yes.
So he marries everything together.
Yeah.
The pass game coordinators, generally, they struggle a little bit. But when you got a run game coordinator, he understands how they all work together.
Yeah. And they got him the pieces he wanted. Yeah, I mean, Charlie Kolar, the blocking tight end,
Yep.
Alec Ingold, the fullback that he had in Miami. He asked for certain things, and the Chargers front office delivered. The center he wanted, Tyler Biadasz. So, it is set up for them to score a lot of points.
And then you got Trey Harris. He was a lot of times used out wide.
Yeah.
He was used in the slot with Greg Roman. But you drafted him second round. 70% of his work is done outside. So put him outside. And Quentin Johnston, he's going to have a breakout year, and it's going to be fantastic. And then my guy, Lord!
Let me run something by you. Currently, Herbert 10-1 to win the MVP award. That's tied with Drake May and Patrick Mahomes. It's ahead of your boy Matthew Stafford, and it's ahead of who else was I looking at there? Caleb Williams as well. So these prices are, these are relatively current right there. Behind them, though, Matthew Stafford. What do you think about that? He's 14-1. Herbert, you're not the only one loving him. The market has loved him as well as that price has continued to drop.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Matthew's coming off of the MVP season. I don't know if you're replicating 46 touchdown passes again in the style of ball that they're going to play. But I think that the way that it is set up in LA for Justin Herbert, these coaches that come from this tree haven't had a physical presence or a talent like Herbert. To Graz's point, it's been the Kirk Cousins, the Jimmy Garoppolos, awesome players, but not guys that you sit there and say physical freaks. This guy's a freak.
Matt LaFleur goes to Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers wins back-to-back MVPs, right? Matt Ryan won MVP with these guys coaching
Matthew
in
Stafford
Atlanta.
and Sean McVay.
So when it is an elite talent guy, we see elite performance.
With that offensive line healthier than last year, sky's the limit for that offense with the Chargers. One of their chief rivals in the AFC West. Tell me about them.
The Denver Broncos are the best team that, for some reason, hasn't been talked about since the Bo Nix injury. This was the #1 seed in the AFC playoffs last year, and their highest paid player was Russell Wilson. That salary is off their books. Their quarterback costs $5 million this year. They traded their first-round pick for a guy that is a 100-catch walking dude in Jalen Waddle. This roster is absolutely loaded. It's a Super Bowl winning coach. They're going to have one of the best offensive lines in football. They got plenty good players on the perimeter. They'll have a top 10 run game. They got a clutch quarterback. They've got a defense that is as good as anyone's in football. They are the best team that for some reason we are constantly overlooking.
The City Chiefs are right now #3, right? And they're
in the division.
In the division.
Correct.
But the Broncos are locked and loaded. And I got to take some humble pie and just say, man, I've always looked at it like, hey, you can't win football games consistently by just only showing up and playing your best ball in the fourth quarter. Well, when you have a great defense like the Denver Broncos, and Bo Nix has been working on his game, and then and Davis Webb now is in charge, he's going to do a little bit different things, and Sean Payton is going to give him an opportunity. Man, Bo Nix is going to prove and show that they made the right choice, and he is their quarterback of the future.
We've lived in this world, and rightfully so, where if you were a Ravens fan or if you were a Bills fan, it was, how do you get past Kansas City? And that was deserved.
Yep.
How do you get past Denver? If you're a Ravens fan, if you're a Bills fan, how do you beat Denver?
I was on the sideline in Denver last year when they beat Kansas City, and they had them, but it came down to a field goal, and that Broncos sideline was not exhaling until the result came through. They knew the Chiefs were the team they still had to beat. Look, Davis Webb, this is not a small thing. Sean Payton giving up play calling is a significant thing, and it says to you, hey, we realized something that was wrong last year, in Sean Payton's case, might have something to do with me. It's important for me to subvert myself a little bit so we can take that next step. Fascinated to see how it works.
Wild to have an AFC West detailed conversation focus on the Chargers and the Broncos, and then you start to consider talking about the Chiefs.
We talked about the Raiders before, too.
We did. On Get Up, and it's preseason showtime. Senior, I'm starting with you. Check out this catch in the Cardinals game. Rookie wide receiver Reggie Virgil.
Texas Tech. Oh, one of the power threes that was no smaller than 6'2". My man is out there. That's holding in all countries, right? It is. Great job. Great ball placement.
All countries.
Yeah, because we have international games. Look at that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Stay on top of it, doggy.
I don't know. Mike LaFleur, I bet this team could score some points. I'm a big Jeremiah Love fan, as Dan O knows from the draft. I think it was a great pick.
You. Speaking on wide receivers, give us one that impressed you last night.
Stribling in San Francisco. The 49ers have their #1 wide receiver. It's the rookie out of Ole Miss. His hands look to be about 18 inches big, first of all. I mean, just the way that he attacks the ball in the air. He's not going to – look at the strength.
Yes.
He's not going to be the same, I think, type of player. But I think Puka Nacua, his rookie year with the Rams, where he comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden has like 100 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns, I just would not be surprised if Stribling's impact in San Francisco is that.
That's a big comp right there.
I'm telling you, this young man is phenomenal, and he's perfect for what Kyle likes.
Kyle has found his wide receiver of the future. He can run every route in the route tree, and I'm telling you,
look at that.
This is the best wide receiver core Kyle Shanahan has ever had.
Better than Ayuk and Samuel and when they were at their
because
prime?
they was yes. Brandon
Ever had in San Francisco.
Yes, in San Francisco. Yeah, I'm talking about in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. In San Francisco. He is what they hope Brandon Ayuk would be. Consistent, doing his job, and showing up to work every single day.
That is high praise. Graz, we saw Anthony Richardson get the preseason start last night for the Colts. Mixed reviews, which sometimes with Richardson is actually a good thing.
Remember a year ago this time he was in a competition with Daniel Jones for the starting quarterback job in Indianapolis. Obviously, he didn't win it. But we see with Anthony Richardson, there hasn't been the development. When he came into the league, even the Colts would say he's got to play. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. Now he lost his job to Daniel Jones. They're hoping this can be some kind of showcase. He's hoping this can be some kind of showcase and get to a point where they can trade him, but not hearing a lot of buzz on that.
There go that drug word again. Hope.
Yeah, inconsistency. There was flashes once again, and then there's moments of valleys. I was a fan of the young man. I still kind of believe in the talent, but at some point you have to get on the field and play, and you're trying to find a needle in a haystack situation.
Does it feel like we need a fresh start somewhere different than
Yeah, I mean,
Indianapolis?
that certainly feels to be the case. Now, the Colts also have to make sure that Riley Leonard is that firm backup that they believe in. I know Kevin O'Connell was a fan of the young man coming out of school. They obviously are in flux with their backup quarterback situation with J.J. McCarthy. We'll see if he stays there or not. But yeah, it seems like a fresh start is best for the player.